A lot of these sequences that I've been filming this afternoon involve mobility and stretching, but we do want to keep some tone in the body, particularly if you're not doing your usual exercise regime. So 3 areas that everyone always wants to keep toned: glutes, or the bottom, the abdominals, and the legs as well. So 1 for each of those. We'll start with the glutes. If you come and lie down on your back, we've got the bridging sequence where you start a neutral spine, arms by your side. Inhale. As you exhale, roll and peel up through the spine, making sure to activate under the glutes, not so much under the thighs, and certainly not pushing the ribs up to the ceiling, keeping that nice streamlined look at the front. Inhale at the top, and then exhale, roll down each vertebra one by one, scooping through the abdominals and rolling back to neutral. Do that probably 5, maybe 6 times, and then when you get up to the top, a couple of things you can do to just reinforce the endurance through the glutes is just what I call pelvic presses, where you're pressing the hips, small range of movement, maybe 10 of them, just to get the inner range extension of the hips going, because as we sit down for long periods of time, the glutes are not active at all, so we need to get that hip strength into extension. You might also hold the bridge there and go into some single leg floats. Now these are a little bit harder, working on that unilateral strength in the glutes. You may also want to actually just make little fists with your elbows. Just gives you a little bit more strength into the lats, which will help you support the pelvis as you go into that single leg stance. And then roll down through the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Then interlace the hands behind the back of the head. We've got our traditional curl up, pelvic floor lifting, curling up and down. Now you may just want to stick to that if that's enough for you, but if you want to actually progress that a little bit more, we take it into a tabletop position, breathing out as you curl up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, pelvic floor and tummy, directing the gaze towards the pubic bone, and then rolling back down. Curl up, maybe do that about 8 to 10 times, then hold it there, just perched on the tips of your shoulder blades and going into some single leg extensions. Each time you extend the leg, try and lift yourself up a little bit higher so you're not slumping back down towards the mat. Breathing out, extend the leg, look along the line of your straight leg down towards that big toe. And then final progression, taking it into our crisscross, where you rotate the ribs towards the opposite thigh. We're working into the obliques now, getting that tone. And see if you can do maybe 8 to 10 of each of those 2 variations. Lower the feet down and then relaxing. You can then roll up into sitting. And then finally, just working through the thighs. There's so many different exercises you can do to strengthen the thighs, but probably just an easy one just while you're in a kneeling position is our thigh stretch. Actually, I'll turn side on so you can see what I'm doing. Tuck the tail under, abdominals in, arms by your side, and as you hinge back through your knees, you reach your arms forward, and you should be able to see this Z position through my body, and then breathing in. What you're feeling is some activation through the quads, but don't forget to keep the glutes and abs on as well. You can then add some little arm variations, so you might then go back, open the arms, come back, etc. So keep those exercises going throughout this period and you should stay nice and toned.